Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Well, we have a little bit of a build-in drive video going on today. I wasn't expecting this one to come out yesterday. I actually had a completely different idea for what this video was going to be, but I can't let this one go. So what we're doing here is we're taking a look at a new truck. This is the Ford LTL from Mods. Just came out yesterday. I guess this would be 2 days ago from when you're seeing this today. Came out on Wednesday. And like I said, I had something else planned. I had just thrown together a new experimental transmission that I was going to put. I already knew the truck I was going to do it. And then this came out. And this is one of those good surprises, though, because I've been waiting on this one for a little bit. Can't wait to get into this build and drive. We'll go through all the options, and then we'll take her for a drive. Obviously, as usual, timestamps are down below in the description. I am still going to be messing with another experimental transmission that is more suited to this truck, but it's still experimental. I'll explain that. And yeah, timestamps are down below if you don't want to sit through that part of the transmission explanation. Before we get into the build options, a couple bits of news. The first is I'm going to talk to Husky and see if he'll give us the green light to do another Fruhoff trailer, the tanker trailer giveaway. So we're not going to be doing it for this Sunday. I'm going to talk to him, make sure we have the green light. I'll let you know on the Sunday video, and we'll be giving it away next Thursday if we've got the green to go. Second bit of news, let's talk a little bit about the elephant in the room here and all the drama that's been going out since I released my last video. For those of you that watched it, you know. For those of you that are on Discord, you know, and Facebook and commenting on my videos. I feel a little embarrassed here because I should have known this and I should have picked up on it. I even reached out to someone to kind of, because I had a weird feeling in my stomach, and he did help quite a bit in being able to, reach out to the right people. Thank you for that. You know who you are. But I didn't follow through 100% on my part, and as a result, we had some drama from the W900 that I reviewed. Now, this is kind of where my stance is, and you need to know that I'm not taking this stance as a player of the game. I'm really taking responsibility as a content creator, because if it was something I was just driving myself, I probably wouldn't be in this position. But I feel like I have a responsibility and an obligation to the viewers to kind of set things straight, because a lot of people buy or don't buy mods because partly what my review videos do. So that being said, there are rumors that said truck in previous video is not really legit. I've kind of heard back and forth. From what I can see, it seems that it could be possible that the truck was purchased from Outlaw. The bigger concern is what I'm hearing about add-on parts, and I'm hearing them from a lot of people on a lot of channels, and some of them from people that have been around in this community a lot longer and are pretty reputable, is what I would consider. So I can't ignore it. I can't know the truth 100%. I'm not going to come out and say it's this or it's that, it's good or it's bad. I've got red flags up, and the people that I've heard from give me a pretty good indication that there's not everything is 100%. And so my stance on this is the video is what it is. Everything that I reviewed about the truck is 100% my opinion. You guys are big kids, and I'm going to leave it to you to decide whether or not you want the truck. As a content creator, though, I believe that it's my responsibility to kind of say something because I got caught off guard. And to talk about it, I'm just going to say, I'm just going to leave it where it is. I'm not really going to mention anything more about it from here on out. If you want, see the video. If you want to pick it up, you can. But while I was caught unaware and I didn't know I didn't intentionally publish anything trying to swindle anyone or trying to fool anyone. I'm the one that was the fool. So, but I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm not going to bring up the truck anymore. I'm not going to be discussing it. I'm just trying to stay out of the drama. I think I've created enough on my part, and I apologize for not doing my due diligence and following up 100% to have put everyone in this position. So I think that pretty much explains it. If you have any other questions or comments, you can leave them down below, or you can hit me up directly, as many of you already have on Facebook and on Discord and things like that. So, all right, so that's that out of the way. Let's go ahead and get into this OzCan Mods Ford LTL, because I'm really looking forward to this. Now, before we go into all of the review, let me go ahead and get my head out of the way so we can see the truck. All right, and here we have it. It's the new Ford. So, a couple things I'm going to mention. It is a $30 mod. Now, before I start going into all of the options and everything, it is a $30 truck. It caught me a little off guard. I realized that it's a little basic right now, and that there's a lot more development to come. And I'm hoping that is the case. As is, it is very, very, very bare. I think there's like one, maybe two nodes where you can have any options. It's mainly just having nodes as place markers for right now. A $30 truck to give you two different bumpers, that's kind of a stretch. So I'm looking forward to seeing what sort of developments. I've been following the Discord. I know that there are lots of ideas, lots of plans for it. I'm hoping it's not one of those things that's going to take, like 6 months to a year to come out with the next version, like some developers need not be mentioned. But yeah, we'll see what happens. As is, it's pretty steep for what it is when you look at all of the lack of options that you have. But he said very plainly on the Discord, it's very bare bones. He knows that, and he plans to develop it a lot more. So once we go through these options, and it's probably only going to take about 3.5 minutes. Don't let that sway you. Get on the Discord. I'll have links to the Discord. I'll have links to all of his stuff, so you can actually take a look for yourself. Take a look at the community, see what people are talking about. We've already had quite a few add-ons and paint jobs from other people that have been added onto the truck since it was released a couple days ago. So it looks like things are probably going to be developing, and I would say probably sooner than later, not like a 6-month wait to only be able to change one node. So that having been said, let's go through the options. And cabin, that's what you get. Chassis, that's what you get. We're not going to be going over engines or transmissions at this time. The interior, no option here, just one. Steering wheel, there's your option. GPS. Now, I will say something. It is incredibly frustrating when new developers come out and don't put a GPS in a truck. Incredibly frustrating. So, nice job on this one to give us a GPS so that we can use it functionally. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, other options. Mirrors. You got that one. Visor. You got that one, or you can get rid of it. Let's keep it. And that's it. All right, on to the outside. Bumper. We got that bumper. Nowhere to put in lights at this time. And we've got this bumper. Visor we've already gone over. Do you want lights or not? Horns. Do you want horns or not? Mirrors we've already gone over. Fender. You can have that fender or not have fenders. Wheels and tires. These came with it. Rear one. Front one. And the tires also come with the truck. We're going to leave those as is. And that wraps up all the build options. Now, I say it a little bit just trying to be humorous a little bit. Again, this isn't all we're going to have. It's not in a beta. It's a full release. It's been tested. It's working. I haven't had any issues with it. But it is very sparse right now. Just know that, and keep with the dialogue on Discord so you can see what's planned, when he plans to put out the next versions and do all the updates. Again, hopefully it doesn't take a long time like some other developers who will not be mentioned on this channel. That's about it. Let's go ahead and take a drive. I do have a little surprise for you when it comes to the transmission department. I'll discuss it briefly, and as always, timestamps down below. You can feel free to just go ahead and skip that part if you're not interested, and I know it's only a particular few that are. All right, let's go ahead and get to the drive. All right, and here we are. This is what she looks like. Just did kind of a basic skin on her. There's a couple skins that come with the truck, basic templates that look like this, basically. A couple, I think they're fictional companies. I'm not sure. But I just went ahead to go with the blue, white, and the red so that we could do a chevron triple here. The tanker is from Pinga. It's the tanker, ATS tanker. And got it set up as a triple right now. Kind of take a look at it. Did some basic lights on it. I hate putting lights on it. But you got the hoses on the side. You got the fire extinguisher. Mud flaps. I put the lights on the back. I didn't bother putting the lights on the front, on the back of the front two tankers. So what we're doing today, let's go ahead and take a look, is we are here in... So we're here in Laurel, and we're going to Lewistown, taking fuel from the ExxonMobil to the Kiewit site so that they can fill up all their trucks. And 71,507 pounds on this. So it's a decent load, but I don't know. I need your feedback, guys. I kind of did some research, and in general, fuel weighs, I think, about 6 pounds, 6 pounds a gallon. So doing the math, and this being 71,000 pounds, wouldn't that put it at about, I don't know, only about 4,000 pounds in each of the tankers? They look like they're all the same size. Or are the back two a little bit smaller? I think they're about the same size. Is that a lot? I mean, I'm thinking triple tankers, only 71,000 pounds. I'm not sure if the weights are off on the Pinga trailers or not. But let me know down below what you'd expect, because this is just what fuel, it's gas or it's diesel or whatever. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the engine and the transmission. Engine is Zeemods. It is going to be a 3406B 465 horsepower version. 465 is I guess it's pretty decent for 71,000 pounds. I would normally go a little bit higher, but we are going to compensate with the transmission. We're not going to be super fast, but we're not going to be ever super stuck. 3.7 differential on here, so we're, it's not set up for speed. It's to get us out of any jams and any hills that we might have. The experimental engine that I have on here, or transmission, I originally had just created a twin stick version of a 15-speed, and I was going to put it in another truck, and it doesn't fit in this. I'm trying to play it a little bit realistic while being experimental. And what I saw a lot of times is I would see an 8+1 in here. I'd see an 8LL, a 9-all, at most a 13. So I decided to kind of go on the lower side. And it is an 8+1, but that's too boring. So it's an 8+1. Let me go ahead and get this second camera out so you can see. So this first stick on my left is the 8+1. This would be coming from the manufacturer. So a 9-speed, 8 gears plus 1 low. But I decided to throw in a 3-speed auxiliary, so this is aftermarket, and what that's going to give us is the 8 highway gears all have 3 splits, giving us 24 forward gears, plus the 1 low. I would have added more low gears, but I ran out of space. I'm coding this the old way, not the more efficient way, and this is the reason. The new way that I'm doing it is for a true twin stick, where you wouldn't have a range selector and you wouldn't have a splitter down here. So with it just being two sticks, the new way to code it is I take the area of the code that's coded for the range selector and the splitter, and I code the auxiliary in there. That's how I get it to be nice and efficient. But I want to do this realistically. And realistically, if I have an 8+1 from the manufacturer, I'm still going to want to use the range, and if it applied the splitter, but the splitter, there's no splitter in an 8+1. I still want to be able to use the range like it was intended. I just want to be able to split three ways the 8 highway gears. So in order to get it to still use the range, I have to use the old code, and the old code, that was too many gears to be able to run the low gear main with the 3-speed auxiliary. So I only have one low, and then my 8 highway gears split 3 times. Total is 25 gears. A little bit experimental. Could be some fun. Let's see what happens. Got her all squared away. All right, now we're off for real. We'll go ahead and start in low. I don't know exactly how far out we need to go. This thing follows pretty good usually. Tankers usually do. Need to leave a little bit of room. But they usually follow a lot better than any single longer trailer, like a lowboy or something like that. Yeah, we'll be slow, but we're not going to get stuck. So basically what I'm going to be doing here, for the most part, unless I'm getting started for the first time, is I'm just going to drive it just like I would be driving an 8+1. But the advantage is I've got in-between gears with the auxiliary. So I can always finesse it a little bit and keep it at that ideal RPM. Wrong shift by me.
Keep right. After 15 yards, turn right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the top speed of this is. Again, 465 horsepower and an 8+1 times 3. So it's an 8+1 Eaton Fuller with a 3-speed Spicer. And we're already slow. We are already slow. The good thing is I have a lot of in-between gears now.
This actually doesn't go any faster.
And everything's pretty much to spec. I know there's a few different types of Spicer 3-speed auxiliary boxes, but I followed the ratios, and what you do is you have the ratio of the main transmission and you multiply it by the ratio of the auxiliary and you get your compound auxiliary. We are getting on the freeway at 24 miles an hour, kids. This might have been dumb. This might have been dumb. Can we make it up to 40? Let's go. Put your bets down in the comments now. Does he make 40 miles an hour?
Don't put money on it.
It'd be funny if I got pulled in. Oh good, I get the bypass. And this is it. This is my top gear, I think. Yeah, this is my top gear. I'm going 32 miles an hour. Oh my god. You chose poorly. Maybe I should have put like a 3.2 or a 3.4 in here for a differential. This is ridiculous. Okay, don't do this. Or just make the differential something that's manageable. This is ridiculous. We're gonna have... Oh my god. So this is why someone doesn't put a 3-speed auxiliary with an 8+1. And I'm pegged. I'm at like 1900 RPM. Oh my god. Alright, well, let's just talk about the truck a little bit. Because who cares about the drive? I'll get rid of this. You don't need to see what gear I'm in. I'm in a gear that's insufficient for this drive. Yeah. So, quality on the truck. Some good things, some bad things. Obviously, we do have some good detail on the tanks and stuff. It's not overly ornate and like, it's not like we're looking at all like exposed wires and stuff and seeing views of the engine and stuff like that. Just go ahead and look at the dash. Kind of a low poly count on the gauges, and the mirror is also pretty low poly count if you look at that convex. I don't know if that was just so that we could save frames. We are rocking, what is it, 60 frames. That is what I have the max, so that is no fault of the truck. 60 is my limit, so I'm getting full. Oh, good. We get to get off the freeway and stop this 32 mile an hour nonsense. If we're going to get 32 or if we're only going to be able to go 32 miles an hour, we might as well be on a side street. Oh, we'll still be pissing people off. So yeah, kind of wish the quality was a little higher for, you know, the poly count. Getting off the freeway in 22nd gear. So I don't think I'm going to need a lot of the lower gears, I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe I'm just going to go ahead and start in like 3rd. No, it doesn't like that either. And we're on a ramp too. Low. I think someone's coming. Oh, missing all of them. We don't really need to split at this part. Maybe once we get up into the upper range here. It does want me to get over the side. Maybe that's just because it knows how fast I can go. Well, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what's going on. We don't have any animations that I'm aware of. Nothing moves when I hit the Jake. So we don't have any animations in here. Wish we had a little higher quality on the gauges. I hope that at some point we get more options for gauges, for dashboards, for colors. And I hate to compare it to, hate to just compare it to another mod, but Blueprint Mods, come on now. Blueprint Mods obviously gives you all of the color variations and stuff that you can add to it. Yeah, I don't need the splits this low. You gotta go right into gear. No hanging around. So a little bit of a slow start. I hope that we're going to get some more fenders. I hope we're going to get some tank options, some exhaust options. There wasn't even a node for exhaust that I saw. The two different bumpers, of course. This one you'd expect because it's an Aussie build. I'd like to get a couple more sleepers, obviously. So let's see what he does. Do we have a pivot? No pivot on this one. Always like having a pivot cam. Not a big fan of that repeat on the 3406 with the Jake.
Keep right. After 15 yards, turn right.
Go back to the drawing board here, see if we don't get stuck. Oh, we got stuck on the hill. Come on. If more things could go wrong with this. Nope, and we're done. We got to fly. We can't even make a 2% grade. Now, I mean, it's driving. It's driving like... Oh, and I can't even start the engine anymore because my... There we go. My ignition just came loose. Well, didn't I say how much more could go wrong? And it did. There's probably a 100 RPM difference between these gears now. So that's what's going on. I mean, I did the math and I multiplied the main ratio by the ratio in every one of the three auxiliary gears, and all it's doing is making it so that I have really, really minute changes that don't even matter, and I can only go 30 miles an hour. So, mission failed. I was going to share this transmission. I wouldn't do it. I'm just going to take this thing up. Got to take this thing up to like 2,000 RPMs. That was a wrong shift by me. We're going, whether it turns red or not. Yep, completely unnecessary to have this 3-speed auxiliary in here. Anyway, it was a cool idea. But that's why some things should just stay ideas. You know what I mean? But I have tested the 15.3, the Eaton Fuller 15 with and we're maxed, huh? Yeah, we're 25th gear, 8 over. The Eaton Fuller 15 with the Spicer 3. That one actually has a lot of difference. Like there's a couple different ways that you can shift that thing depending on how you're loaded and depending on what sort of hills you have. That one actually makes a difference. This one's pointless. You know, I created this transmission. Of course, there's cars right there, right now. It's like they spotted what was going to happen. Yeah, I'm taking you out if you don't move. And I've got the brake sensitivity way too... Look at that. That's not realistic. Man. Well, talk about a sucky drive. Anyway, I think I'm going to just go ahead and catch up with you at the end because I don't want you guys sitting through this anymore. I've got a combination of not being able to drive any faster than 30 miles an hour. I've got traffic and trucks that won't turn. I had crashed to desktop a couple times. Has nothing to do with the truck or the trailer. Turns out it was some other mod that I had in there that I was trying out. I took that out and we're just fine. Let's just skip to the end and we'll put us all out of our misery. Alright, we're about 3 minutes away from dropping off. I went ahead and skipped ahead, but normally when I say that, I complete the drive and I just skip ahead in the edit. This is one of those streets where it's going to tell me to keep right so I don't turn left on every street. Love it. What a painful drive. What a painful drive. Yeah, I didn't just skip ahead in the editing. I flew to the end because being able to go 30 miles an hour that's not good for anyone. But maybe I should have just ran the 15 speed, but I didn't find any 15 speeds. Like, not that many people do this anyway by putting in a 3-speed auxiliary,
100 yards, turn left.
but I figured you'd do it based on a transmission that really comes with the truck, and an 8+1 was one of them. So it's kind of realistic, even though it's experimental.
Turn right.
Dropping off the fuel here. They need a ton of fuel, I guess. Alright, let's see where they want it and how difficult I want to make my life. Yeah, let's just go straight ahead. They're probably not going to give me anything too incredibly difficult. Not a lot of parking options here anyway. I think it's just this one and a parking spot that's on the left. Those are the only two I've ever gotten. Actually, maybe there's one on the back side of that. Yeah, there is one parking spot that they give you sometimes on the back side of that building. That far building. Yeah, so you don't have to give this a ton of room at all. It does a pretty good job of clearing. I end up overcooking it a little bit, and sometimes that puts me in a situation where I don't really get... I don't stay within the lines, and then I have to try to back up, which is not something I want to do for a double or triple. And we're going right up against that little shed there. Alright, well, that was interesting. It wasn't fun, but it was definitely something. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, lights off, truck off. Well, that one's over. I do hope that you like the overview of the truck, though. Go ahead and leave any comments or questions down below. I'm really, really excited for the developments of this. Again, this is the Ford LTL from OzCan Mods. I picked it up on his Discord. I'll make sure you get a link. That's about all I have for right now. Yeah. Thanks for coming along. If you liked what you saw, or were at least mildly entertained, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already so you can see all my videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.